Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the eighth episode of This Week in Geek. Zach Pope will be here momentarily. He's handling a last minute, I don't want to say setup, but let's say Wi-Fi reconnection. So it doesn't happen, hopefully, during the show. I hope you are all right. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a beautiful weekend. The sun is kind of shining out there, at least where I am. I hope you are all having a beautiful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in this world. Thank you all for Merkley, Tony Movie Chappie, Diminisian Scott, Jico EP, Joe Fletcher, and Eric Thorpe, our good friends. Thank you all for being here. And we're going to do This Week in Geek. This Week in Geek. Yes, we're doing This Week in Geek right now. We're going to do weekly ranked first. But after that, before going to our main topic, and it's a doozy of a topic, I want to do some house cleaning on my end from this past week that I realized I screwed something up real bad. Not like, holy shit, I'm going to be canceled. Not that kind of bad. It's just me being dumb. So I need to do some house cleaning on that. But while we wait for my co-host, Zach Pope, who you can find on YouTube at Zach Pope. All his links are in the description. My links are in the description if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on a commute, going to the gym, while you're jogging, thank you for listening to us on Spotify. Don't forget to rate us on Spotify because it really helps. And of course, if you already did so, thank you very much. All right. Let's go with weekly rankings. This week, I didn't watch too much. If you guys even noticed, my review of X2 X-Men United is not up yet. Part of that was because the first one did so badly. Another part is I just didn't have time. There are some things going on. I wouldn't say in my personal life because that just makes it sound bad. There are some things going on outside of YouTube that kept me busy. Nothing bad. Nothing good either yet, but hopefully it's opening some doors. But I just didn't have time. That review, I'm going to record it tomorrow. I'm going to have it up on Monday. And then I think I will also have my review of X-Men The Last Stand up on Wednesday after the Moon Knight Episode 5 review. Because now I'm all caught up on Moon Knight. I'm all caught up on Moon Knight, man. I know as much as you guys know. So... oh, he's back. Hang on. Hello, Zach.
Hello. Good. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
You don't get camera issues. I don't get any more Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know what happened to the camera because I set everything up. I was waiting here for you for like 5 minutes. As soon as you come in, and I'm not saying this is your fault, by the way, but
it is my fault.
As soon as
it is
your fault. As soon as you come in, my camera stopped working. I have all the connections, all the cables are working perfectly well.
Actually,
suddenly it stopped.
I know whose fault it is.
Who is?
It's Ezra Miller's. It's fucking Ezra Miller.
Yes.
He saw your thumbnail and doesn't want us to talk about this.
It's WB. It's Warner Bros.
That
like,
too. Yeah.
Shh. Don't talk about. Shh.
They got a new president. They got a new CEO. So maybe some new things come through. But
hopefully something is done. I was just saying, I was going through my week that after we do our weekly rankings, me neither. But after we do our weekly rankings, I have some house cleaning to do on my end. Nothing too bad, but I realized that I'm a dumbass, which shouldn't be news to anyone. I'm a dude, so I'm a dumbass naturally. So we'll get to that in a bit. All right. Ahead of that, let's get on with our weekly rankings. I think you started last week, so I'm going to start us off this week. Oh boy. I didn't watch too many good things this week. I watched on Sunday, immediately the day after our podcast, I watched the Netflix movie Choose or Die. Have you seen this, Zach?
Jesus fuck. No. And I'm never going to watch it.
Don't watch it. It's garbage. This film
I heard it was
awful. There's nothing likable about it. There's nothing of genuine quality. There's nothing that even meets the standard of average in this film. I felt like I wasted 90 minutes of my life, which, fair. It's only 90 minutes. I think it's even like 83 minutes. Doesn't even get to 90. But
what's better?
Really bad movie.
Blacklight.
What's better, this this because there's an interesting idea. Just the execution is awful. I don't know what Blacklight is going for.
It's that, yeah, that's true.
Over that, I essentially gave them the same grade on Letterboxd because I didn't review them on video either. But 9 Bullets. Do you know what this is, Zach?
No.
Nobody does. It stars... Okay, don't be fooled when I tell you who stars in it. Don't get excited. They deserved better. It stars Sam Worthington and Lena Headey in the most generic revenge drama that I've seen in a while. It feels like it's shot for TV. It feels like a standard network TV show that was crammed into a movie runtime. Lena Headey is acting the shit out of this film. Like, I don't think she realizes how bad and how inconsequential this film and this script is, because she's giving it her all, and she's as awesome as you think Lena Headey would be in anything. Other than that,
is she the villain?
Complete waste of time.
Is she the villain of it? Or?
No, she's a hero.
Oh, okay.
Sam
I love
Worthington
when she plays. Okay, I was about to say I love when she plays a villain. So
yeah, Sam Worthington does a really good Southern accent, actually, but that's it. Over that, I've been on a Nicolas Cage kick as of recently, for obvious reasons.
I've been wanting to watch of his. Yeah, which one?
And I watched Face Off. This week I watched Face Off. And this one and the next one, which is my number one, are going to be very close, just so you know. But Face Off comes in next. This film is so much fun. I think it's rather inconsistent in terms of pace. It doesn't really have a good flow overall, but the action is insane. In the third act, I want to go back home just to pick up my Blu-ray and see the special features, because there's
you guys get a Blu-ray of this? I don't think we have any out here.
There's a stunt on the speedboat when John Travolta as Castor Troy is driving on the speedboat, and you have, obviously it wasn't all Nicolas Cage, but whoever it was, because clearly somebody was doing it, like, is hanging on the side of the boat and putting their shoes on the water and holding themselves up while holding on to the boat as if they were on a surfboard or something, and it's fucking insane. The stunts here, classic John Woo, because he directed it, obviously. So it's so much fun. And number one, watched it for the second time, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This film is insanely fun. Like I said last week when I originally ranked it, the CIA plot, it's not bad, but it's just very standard. And in a film that is overall so unique and fresh and absurd and unlike anything you've ever seen, the CIA plot, at least in execution, drags it down a bit. I said this in my review, Zach. If that CIA plot, what if you didn't have a CIA? You just have Nicolas Cage starting to suspect this guy is holding someone hostage. And then out of his own volition, he goes like, wait, this could be my way back to stardom, is me rescuing this girl from this guy, just Nicolas Cage himself. I think that would have been so cool and so fitting for this film. So yeah. So that's my number one. That's I'm going to put it over Face Off, but not as high as Unbearable of Massive Talent. If you guys are not watching Outer Range on Prime,
I need to watch
really good show. Very intriguing. Like every week I'm like, oh, okay, where's this going? And it's building up that intrigue to me. And I love that when a show does that. So that's my weekly ranking. How about you, Zach?
Like I said, I didn't watch much. I've been trying to catch up on TV right now. Severance is the next thing I'm going to start watching. Try and finish that finally, and then go to Outer Range. But and I did see one thing. I can't talk about it till Monday, so I can't put it on here. You know what it is. I told you. I messaged you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Coming down at the bottom is The Bad Guys. I really like this movie. I saw it last Saturday. That's why I left early. And it was enjoyable. One of the best DreamWorks movies probably since the start of How to Train Your Dragon. Like, as we're just talking about the first movie in a franchise, it's the best DreamWorks thing that they've done. Animation stylish. I will say for an hour and a half runtime, it does feel long. which I have no idea why, but I still enjoyed it for what it is. I'm down for a sequel if they do one, or a Netflix show, whatever the hell they want to decide to do.
Oh no, not a Netflix.
Up next, I have. Oh, that's true. The next thing I have is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I think the hype got to me on this one because a lot of people were saying that this is one of the best comedies of the year, blah, blah, blah. You thought the CIA subplot was just there. I hated it. I hated the entire thing. Besides when Nick Cage is like hits his face, that was fucking funny. That was funny. But everything else...
Oh no! Oh no! I mean, now it's Nick Cage's fault. Nick Cage cut off Zach's internet. Because, yes, this is the best comedy of the year. So far. So far. But damn, we lost Zach. Damn it. Okay, we'll just wait for Zach to get back. And I'll let him finish his weekly ranking. I'm going to leave him on the screen. Oh, you're back.
Sweet. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
But I really, I thought him and Pedro were perfect together. They're the reason to see this movie. I loved them, and I'm very excited. I want a sequel. I want a sequel with just them two. Like, I would be down for
I don't
that,
think...
So. Or not even just a sequel. I just want another film with Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
In the same
film. The remake of Face Off should be that.
That would be cool. Well, they're doing a sequel technically, aren't they?
I think it's a remake. Yeah.
Oh well. Coming in second place is Better Call Saul episodes 1 and 2. Show finally came back. I was very nervous because it's the final season, and what they established makes me very happy. I'll leave it there. And at my number 1 for the week, I saw Everything Everywhere All at once again, and it was everything I wanted again. Took my girlfriend. She wasn't as high on it as I was, but she still really liked it. She just thought it was way too long, which I understand that. But I will say, out of every movie I've seen this year that was not a blockbuster, this was the most packed I've ever seen a theater. Every seat was sold. Every fucking seat was sold. When I bought the tickets the day before, it was no one had bought tickets but me. Then we go in, and every seat was so. I was so. I mean, that delighted my heart, even though I was like, I don't want to sit fucking next to anyone. But that's good to hear, and I'm hoping that The Northman gets that because I haven't gone back to see The Northman again. I'm planning to see it either tomorrow again or next weekend. So
I'm going on Thursday. I'm going on Thursday for the third time. All right, let's go. Is that it for yours?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Okay. Let's go to our friends' weekly ranking. Nathan Holton, weekly ranking number 1, Toy Story 2, and number 2, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and number 3, The Northman, and a number 4, Duel. Another movie we don't have a release date for here in the UK.
I don't think you'll like that one.
Well, but it has Karen Gillan, so I need to watch it.
That's true.
Eric Thorpe reviews at number 1, Game of Thrones, season 7, episodes 6 and 7. Number 2, Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 3, Moon Knight, episode 4. Number 4, Con Air. Number 5, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Hang on, we had a jump. Joe Fletcher, weekly ranking. Number 6, Death on the Nile. Number 5, Thor. Number 4, Thor Ragnarok. Number 3, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I see you're a fellow connoisseur of Harry Potter, and you're a man of taste for liking Order of the Phoenix.
Yep.
Number 2, X2. And number 1, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a movie I've recently watched for the first time. Tony Movie Chappie. Number 5, Moon Knight. Number 4, The Bad Guys, biggest surprise of the year. Number 3, Total Recall remake director's cut. I'm sorry, but this is an awesome remake. I don't think it's quite awesome, but I've always liked this remake. I don't know where people are coming from when
I never saw the remake. I always wanted to see
it's good.
But I never did.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I see. I remember. I think that same year, RoboCop's remake also came out. It was like those two.
RoboCop was 2014, and it sucks.
Oh, was it?
This was 2012.
Oh, okay. See, I always felt like they came out in the same year, so I just never went and saw. I just was tired of the remakes. Like or maybe it was the opposite. Maybe I did see the RoboCop one and I hated it. So then I never wanted to see the Total Recall one. Maybe that's what it was.
It doesn't touch the original at all, but it's a good movie. It's a good, gritty, darker sci-fi.
Okay.
Number 2, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And number 1, The Northman. There you go. That's right. Good on you, Tony Movie Chappie. Gico EP, my weekly ranking. I loved all things I've watched this week. Number 5, Moon Knight episode 4. Number 4, Zach's shirt. The Batman. Number 2,
Do you want to see it come off? For a $20 donation to Ren, I will do this rest of the podcast shirtless.
All right.
But it has to be $20 in his money, not United States money.
In pounds.
Yeah. Which
it's like 26 or 27.
$25.
25.
Right, let's say 26.
Number 2, The Northman, Skarsgård's workout routine goals. I know, dude. I'm still searching if they have put, because usually
his calorie thing he had to do.
What was it, like 6,000?
Yeah, it was 2 to 3 hours a day. Every 2 to 3 hours he had to eat something.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not surprised. And number 1, Big Fish. That's my favorite Tim Burton movie.
I've still never seen that movie.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, I vary. When you ask me what's my favorite Tim Burton movie, it's either this or Ed Wood, depending on the day. The other day, I said, today I'm going with Ed Wood. Today I'm feeling Big Fish. But the Skarsgård workout routine, you know how sometimes when actors bulk up for something, the movie comes out and then Men's Health says, like, what's a day in the life? And they go to his house and they see him train, they see what he eats, blah, blah. I think Zach froze again. So I'm still searching for that for Alexander Skarsgård. Now that The Northman came out, there should be a video like that on the Men's Health YouTube channel. But I'm not finding. Okay, you're back. But I'm not finding it. So I really want to see what he ate. What was his calorie?
He ate a cow. I heard he ate a cow. Like every day, he just cut the cow up with an axe and just acted like a Viking.
That'd be amazing. All right, that is it for weekly rankings. Thank you so much, guys. And by the way, Zach, Gico EP says Big Fish is on Netflix, so you have no excuse.
I do have no excuse. I probably won't watch it, but thank you.
All right. All right. Before we start with our main topic, ladies and gentlemen, I do have to give a shout out. I don't know if this person is here, but earlier this week, I put on my community tab and I asked you all, what would you want out of the memberships? And Nate Ackenbauer gave some amazing suggestions here. He really laid it out, the things that would be interesting to see in memberships. And I bring this up, why? Because I posted this. And even before Nate came in with his suggestions, I realized that a post that I made when I created the memberships 4 months ago or 5 months ago, something like that, I posted that on my community tab. But Zach, I'm a dumbass because I accidentally, without realizing until now, I didn't realize that I put that only for members. So the people I want to become members and appeal with the perks that I've set up will obviously never see that unless they become members in the first place. So it's kind of this idiotic thing that I did, that I want to appeal for people to become members, but I posted only for members. So I'm a complete dumbass. Tomorrow there will be a post on the community tab about what the perks are for all 3 tiers that exist, and hopefully that appeals to you guys and you guys are interested, and we can get the memberships kick-started. So yeah, that's the house cleaning. And yeah, all right. And again, shout out to Nate Ackenbauer. Thank you so much for your suggestions, man. I'm certainly going to take those in stride and add them as I reframe the memberships. All right, everyone. Let's get to our main topic. It has been, because we don't do the show every day, this is a weekly show. We have not covered this topic because just a lot of stuff happens from week to week, and we always want to talk about movies and talk about stuff that we like. But ever since March 7th is a date that keeps being brought up, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's my birthday. I was in Edinburgh. I couldn't talk about that. But everyone keeps talking about March 7th because that's when it started. Because Ezra Miller has been in Hawaii for a while now. I don't know what he's still doing there. I don't know why he's allowed to stay there. But he has run into some issues. He has done quite a few things that are worrying. And they're not worrying when you look at them individually. They're kind of like, what the fuck just happened? You kind of laugh even a little bit because you're like, this guy is nuts. What the fuck is he doing? But then when you look at the pattern, when you look at it in context, and that context is this is repeated behavior, it begins to be very worrying. It begins to be a very bad sign regarding where this person is mentally. So if we go through the timeline of events, and I'm not holding on to dates or anything, I just know that these events took place one after the other. So it started with Ezra Miller was at a bar, he was intoxicated, and he started shouting at this girl. I think she was 23 or 24, so she was young. He started shouting at her, shouting obscenities as she was trying to just have fun and singing karaoke. He went up to the stage and yanked the microphone out of her hand. He eventually got into a shouting match with a 32 or 33-year-old guy and lunged at him, which, I mean, you don't have to be the biggest dude to be bigger than Ezra Miller, so I don't know what he was thinking there. After that, he is arrested, and a couple that he was staying with pays for his bail, and he gets out, and all's fine and dandy. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why is Ezra Miller staying with this random couple? I'm sure he has the money to stay in a 5-star hotel. Fair, but apparently he met them at a farmer's market, and they invited him to stay over with them. Zach, let me ask you this. If you were at your local farmer's market and you were there with your girlfriend, and you ran into, I don't know, Jason Bateman. Let's say you ran into Jason Bateman, and he says, oh, I'm just in town. I haven't gotten a hotel. Would you invite him to your place? Because he's just Bateman? But
no.
Why not?
I don't know. It's weird.
If I saw Hugh Jackman, for instance, I'd be like,
I mean, if we hit it off, sure. Yes, I don't know. I'm just obviously. Like, let me put this in perspective. Maybe it's because Jason Bateman is not someone I would invite. If it was Henry Cavill or someone like that,
Cavill, Hugh Jackman,
yeah, like anyone of that nature, like I'd be like, sure, yeah. For me, I want to know: is this couple rich? Like, do they have a really nice house? Like,
probably, it's probably an Airbnb, and they had a spare room. I don't know, but it was very nice of them. They saw this famous person who I'm sure they must be fans of. They must like to some extent. They hit it off. They invited him over.
League fans.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's fine. So after they pay for Ezra's bail and they get him out of jail, sorry.
You think with their own money?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. And so they get him out of jail, and on that same night, ladies and gentlemen, he drinks again, bursts into their room in the middle of the night, shouts more obscenities, and even directly targets the wife as he says, I'm going to fucking bury you and your SLUT wife. I don't want to repeat those words. Which you're like, okay. The couple filed a restraining order, and I'm not sure about this detail, but I think eventually they dropped the restraining order.
It got dropped, which I imagine it's because he probably paid him off or someone.
He goes to jail again. They dropped the restraining order, so the police just let him go. And there was even a video about this. As the news is being broadcast on TV, he's at another party. He's invited to another gathering where he then, guess what? Got drunk again. and eventually threw a hissy fit, started shouting again. He threw a chair in the air, and it hit a young woman, causing a gash in her forehead. Now, there is an important detail, or a lack of an important detail, to take note of. It is never stated whether he intentionally threw the chair at her or not. I don't want to assume he didn't. I don't want to assume he did. But I just want to point that out. It is not stated whether he threw.
But you shouldn't throw a chair.
No, completely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
but I mean,
yeah,
he was charged with second-degree assault. If it was intentional, he'd be charged with first-degree assault.
First-degree
right?
assault.
It's the big difference there. So that was this week. That the chair incident was the last one. So,
and he's going to court Tuesday, I think.
And he was supposed to be in court. He was supposed to be in court like a few hours after that happened. Like, he knew the court hearing was scheduled for that day at a certain hour, and before going to court, he attended this gathering. He was having a party. He got wasted again and threw chairs. So what the fuck? I don't know I have so many questions about every single aspect of this whole situation. I'm not just talking about the latest incident, my friends. Like, why do they keep letting him out of prison, out of jail? Why do they keep inviting him to events? Because these are not things anyone can attend. These are private events, private gatherings. You get in through an invite. Why are people still inviting him to these? Why hasn't WB said anything? Why haven't his reps said anything? How come anyone? Does he? I don't know. He might be an orb. I don't know.
Does he have dirt on someone? I mean, that's like.
Does he not have anyone in his life that can come out and say anything, like call for help, make an appeal or statement? This dude needs serious help. And obviously we want help for him. We want him to come out of the other side, but also, like, he's proven yet again he's a danger to everyone around. He keeps harming and trying to harm and threatening and menacing people around him. And I don't know how WB, after this big major sell to Discovery that Theo was stamped on this past week, I believe, and nobody's talking about it because this dude keeps making trouble for himself and for those
you know what?
him.
That is an important thing. I have heard more people talk about Ezra Miller this week than the HBO Discovery or the Warner Brothers Discovery deal. I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Okay, Zach froze for a bit. Before he comes back, I just want to say that it's worrying now, and it's not even. And you got to look at the bigger picture. Yes, obviously. Get him help. Get him the help he needs, because we've seen this shit happen before. Ezra got him. We seen. Oh, okay, you're back. Continue.
Yeah. For me, I think they're having discussions. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
We know that. We know that, which is a great point to bring up, because I forgot to bring up. They are having discussions about what to do.
And now it's different discussions with David Zaslav. Is that his name? Is it? Yeah, okay, yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. And I will say this. I have a feeling he knows something. Obviously, like the Zack Snyder Justice League, there's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that we don't know. He's one of the few that has never talked about it. Like, talked about anything on that. So I genuinely believe he has to have fucking something on someone at Warner Brothers. But now that most of those people are out and gone, it's fair game now. And I think that's where Zaslav is now probably having those internal discussions of, how can we salvage this? Do we even want him to be the Flash anymore? Will he go to rehab? Will he get help? If we push him to get help, you know what I mean? Like, if we give him that, will he go get help? Because that's the big thing. He might not fucking want help. He might not want it at all. And I know this because there are people in my family's life that have acted out like him, and they don't want help. We've tried. they don't want help, and we keep continuing to try, but they just, you can't force someone to do something. That's just the honest truth. That person, if they want to change, they will have to do it themselves. He definitely needs help. And I would be saying this if it was some random guy on the street, to my best friend, to someone I don't even fucking know that's famous. But this guy needs help, and I think that's a big aspect of it all. And I really will say this. I hope he gets it. I don't want him to be the Flash anymore. And honestly, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if this is not dealt with by the time the Flash comes out, which I gotta imagine I think is a big... I know they pushed it for...
Zach froze, but they pushed it for like a year. I think it's coming out in summer 22. I know it's coming out in 2023. The Flash 2023.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
So it's June of next year.
June,
or
okay,
July,
so
one of the two.
June 23rd, 2023.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it wasn't just visual effects. It's more than that. They haven't even had a fucking test screening for the damn movie. Which
I don't believe it was something else. Only because it was a slate move. It wasn't. They moved the Flash. That's it. Which, by the way, how lucky were they in the grand scheme of things that they had to move the Flash? Because imagine if they hadn't moved the Flash and it was still scheduled for this year. For like, I think it was scheduled originally for July this year. And then this shit happens with Ezra Miller. That would have been
interesting.
That would have been extremely concerning. I mean, they would probably just delay it anyway. But how lucky?
I want to ask you, what do they do? What do you think are the best ways for them to salvage this? And let's put it on the table. They can do reshoots. They could recast and reshoot if they really wanted to. That is an option.
Which they can if they want to. Okay, so what was the question? Did you ask what can they do, or what will they do?
What do you think they will do?
What do I think? Okay, I want to first acknowledge the options they have. Okay. Let's look at this through hypotheticals. I don't think right now they have a good option. They stayed away from this situation. They stay silent for far too long. Both them, WB, and the reps, and Ezra's reps. So right now, I don't think there is a good option. So bad option number one, they reshoot and spend millions in trying to cover up Ezra. They don't need to bring anyone else in. They try to do the best they can with close-ups and with having stand-ins for the other actors whenever you have a front shot of Ezra Miller and whatnot. Do the best you can. When he's running at high speeds, you have time to remold his VFX face into whoever you bring in's face. And we'll get to who would we recast as a Flash in a little bit. That will be our last point. Bad option number two is they just... Oh, he's gone. But bad option number two that they have is they just try to do the best house cleaning they possibly can. That's their bad option number two. Bad option number three, in my opinion, and this is the one I don't think they will do, is just scrap this movie. Just leave the Flash in the trash. I rhymed there. But what would I do? I would go with option number one. John Bridges, very right. He's integral. Obviously, he's the lead character. It would be another Justice League fiasco. Very true. But it's the least of two, the lesser of two evils that they got. Amongst the options that they've got, that they're going to lose money in all of them, this is the least bad option. And they can recoup somewhat. And in the long run, as we all look back on the movie, as they look back on the movie as a company, that's the only way they survive. Because this is not just a movie. I don't even think it's the movie most people are excited for. But in terms of what they plan to do with their DC properties, this is their most vital, important movie that they have in their slate. This is the movie that's going to reshape everything that they have going forward. The Flash himself as a character is an integral part to this movie, obviously, and to every other movie that will follow as they shape up this new universe. So, you're very right. It will be another Justice League fiasco, but in the long run, their whole slate will work better if they reshoot with another actor. But I think they will go with bad option number 2. And that is they just do the best house cleaning they can. Ezra is not even a part of the press tour next year, which is going to be weird in itself. But it's what they gotta do.
They're gonna sell the movie on everyone else in the movie. They're gonna sell it on Keaton, even though Affleck's barely in it, and Sasha Kaya. You know?
Believe me, we know how long Batfleck is in the movie. They're going to sell it on him, and because of this, you're probably going to see every part of Batfleck in the trailers because he's not in the movie for long, unless they reshoot. Like if they reshoot, they might as well go, "Hey, let's put some more Batfleck into this." Zach, what do you think they'll do? There's bad options. I think you acknowledged as well that they only have bad options. At this point, there's no good
at this point
left.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what it's going to cost, no matter what it will cost them,
they're going to lose millions.
They will lose millions no matter what. If they reshoot it, if they don't, there will be people who don't see this movie because of Ezra Miller.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that's the thing.
Do you think they'll go with bad option number 1, which is reshoot with a new actor as best they can? Bad option number 2, which is just do house cleaning, come out with statements throughout the next year, blah, blah. Or bad option number 3, and I don't think they're going to do this one, but it's important to acknowledge it. Bad option number 3, just leave the movie in the trash. Put it away and never to be seen by anyone. What do you think?
They will not, I don't see them doing that, especially since Batgirl hinges on this fucking film.
And every other movie that comes after that, their new universe hinges on that.
From my understanding, what I understand is that Black Adam and Shazam 2 are not touched by this movie. Every other fucking and I've heard some things on Aquaman 2 that they're actually going back to reshoot and little bits, but to just that way they don't have to worry about the structure of everything. It's not whatever they're gonna do. They're fucked. They're fucked.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I personally believe it's going to be a mix of option 1 and 2.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, I can hear you breathe. Okay, you're back.
I'm talking to someone from them right now. So like if I go out, I fucking told them, I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. Every fucking morning, the same fucking time. I'm not doing this shit anymore. So I think it's going to be an option 1 and 2. They're not going to recast him, but they are going to change the ending to where something happens and it's not Ezra Miller anymore.
That's what I've been saying. The post-credit scene, because he like does Flashpoint and chases everything, at the end it should just be him walking by a room and going like, "What the hell? This isn't me!" And it closes.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. I personally will say I would rather them just like if it was no option, money guaranteed, don't matter. You can just write it off, reshoot what you can.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you could. If they could find a way to do it. But the problem is, there's not just one Ezra Miller in this movie. There's fucking 2.
Yeah.
There's 2 Ezra Millers. Oh my god. So that means you have to fix it twice. And they've already started the visual effects on that second Ezra Miller.
That's true.
So,
oh man.
That's why I think they're just gonna honestly just kill him off as he's coming back. Just like kill off that Barry and make the ending like Michael Keaton. I mean, they already did a dumbass end credit scene of Morbius with Michael Keaton. Spoilers if you didn't see that. But
I mean, it would be an enormous feat to have something dumber than Morbius.
Oh, I know, but whatever it is, it's gonna be like Michael Keaton, like you said, the walking down the street with the Flash. But instead, it's gonna be that, and then he goes, Barry, and then it's a new actor, and he goes, "What happened to you?" Done. That's it.
He walks into the Batcave. Hey, what's up, Bruce? And Batman just throws him to the ground. Who the hell are you? And then it cuts to him with his new face, like, "It's me, Barry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just don't even acknowledge it. Just, oh, we have a new actor. That's it.
Yeah.
And don't just say you're recasting him, but then the recast will be at the end, and don't let anyone spoil it. Don't even show it for press. Let it be opening night, very first
Oh
screening.
yeah, 100. I agree with that.
Like,
I agree with that 100%. Toby and Andrew thing. Do a
yeah,
Toby and
who do you
Andrew
want as
thing.
Barry? Yeah, who do you
I
want as
mean,
Barry?
okay.
Though?
Let's go with two options. Obviously, option number one, which is the best of both worlds, Grant Gustin. He's perfect in this role. We need the Flash TV show to be over with. Let the man go. He has the talent, the looks, the charisma to be a movie star. So let him become a movie star. You know. Option number two. I've been saying this actor for a while. I really like this actor. He's about the right age. He looks the part. He also has charisma, and he was very underused in a superhero role before, and that is Lucas Till. I think the show is still on. He's the current MacGyver on TV, and he was Avok, the brother of Cyclops. And he was the brother of Cyclops in the X-Men prequels. So
I know you're talking about. Yeah, he would be good.
I think he's a good option. But in an ideal world that you just kill two birds with one stone, Grant Gustin is brought into the films as the new movie Flash. So those are my two options. What do you think, Zach?
I don't know. I would rather them just go with an unknown. To be honest with you, someone that I've never seen before. I've always said though, I always wanted Dan Stevens to play Thawne or Reverse Flash.
Eobard Thawne, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd be really cool. But I also think he'd be a really good Flash in general. I'm just saying. I think he'd
he's
be
too
good
old at this point to be the Flash.
I don't give a fuck.
Not that he's old. Not that he's old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like early 40s, if that. Then
I thought he was late 30s.
82. So he's going to turn 40 this year in October. Because he's 39 right now. But yeah, I like Dan Stevens a lot. I just think you would want someone in their early 30s, at the latest mid 30s, to start right now as the Flash. Because how old is Ezra? Because then you also gotta take into account something else. What everything about Ezra Miller showing? Okay, Wikipedia. Ezra Miller is my age. Like, he's going to turn 30 this year. Can you imagine? This movie was announced in 2014. Ezra would have been 23, 22, 23. It's insane that was such an ideal casting choice, like early on, to have this 23.
I remember when he was casted. I really liked the choice. I love Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think he's one of the big standouts in that. Yeah. And the thing about Ezra Miller is, I think he's a really talented actor, and I hope he gets his shit together. You know, I would love like a redemption story in this, like he comes out, but it starts with him coming out and wanting to change. But it's more on Warner Brothers got to do something. This can't.
Eric Thorpe brings up a good point. I honestly feel like it's not really fair to the filmmakers to have to redo the movie just to take out an actor's face. It's true. It's not fair for anyone. Nothing about what Ezra Miller is doing is fair for anyone around him. That's the thing. But this is not just an actor. This is not Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. This is your lead actor who has for weeks now been threatening people, throwing chairs, creating chaos, getting wasted, and damaging your brand. You're damaging the Warner Brothers, the Flash, the DC brand regarding what he does as a person. If you're associated with the brand, everything you do is going to reflect on that brand. And any brand worth their salt that wants prestige, wants to have a good name out there, would not naturally want any of that.
So exactly. Can you imagine if this was obvious. Disney? If this was Disney, done. First day. Doesn't even matter what the fuck happened.
Hopefully, yes.
I mean, they fired James Gunn like that.
I mean, look at DC. DC, because they found old tweets.
From the actor from the Flash.
From the actor who played the elongated man. Boom, you're done. You're gone. Ezra Miller, who has done, at this point, far worse things he did, things he said, and not things he did or said 10 years ago, things he said and is doing right now. And yet, nothing. So yeah, it's not a fair situation. It's not an easy situation. Again, they don't have good options, but there are less bad options when you weigh everything out. You don't want to just think immediately on this. You don't want to look just at the movie and what it will cost you regarding the film. You want to think about your reputation. You think about your cinematic universe that hinges on the existence of this film, on this film doing well, and you want everyone else around this actor and involved in this film to be happy to be associated with it. Because Zach, even again, bad option number two. Let's say they don't recast, they sell this film on Michael Keaton, on Batfleck, come the press ahead of the film's release. You think anyone's going to be comfortable doing press about this thing that was never addressed? They're not the stars of the film, yet the press tour hinges on them selling this film called The Flash. And it's also that. Ezra Miller is The Flash. The movie is called The Flash. Like, there's no disassociating from what he is doing, from what he has become. And again, it's not fair. It's not easy, but something has got to be done. And I hope they come to their senses and do there's no right thing to do here, but I hope they come to their senses and do the rightest thing possible. And I hope Ezra gets the help he needs, because he's not only hurting himself, he's a danger to others around him. Yep. So he shouldn't be let out there to do whatever he wants and keep on getting wasted, and keep on being a menace to society. Sorry to use the term, but that's what he has become. And we've seen this happen before. Constantly drinking, constantly being a bother to everyone around him. Ezra might end up be found dead in a hotel room one of these days. Like, it's not out of the question at this point with all we know. I don't want to think that.
But also, he might end up fucking killing someone.
Or that.
Yeah. I mean, something needs to happen.
And I don't want either of those to happen.
No. And right now, something needs to happen. I know we're talking about a movie, but it's two separate things. Something needs to fucking happen with him so he gets help, and Warner Brothers needs to do something with this film. And I hope it's not just something we're not going to tell anyone what we're doing. We're just going to, really. They just can't do that at this point. The first thing that happened, 2 years ago at this point, when he choked a woman, swept under the rug. And I never forgot about it. You didn't forget about it. A lot of people did, but a lot of people didn't.
And let's call ourselves out. We joked a lot about it because it was something that he totally should not have done. It was totally something that should have been addressed by Warner Brothers or by his reps. But at the time, it was a one-time incident. It happened once. Yep. He did a really stupid, jerky, asshole thing that he deserved to be punched in the face for, but it was a one-time thing. Now, It's not a one-time thing. This is a pattern behavior that keeps happening over and over again by his choice.
How awkward would it be if he ended up going to jail?
I mean, why is he not? Eric Thorpe is asking, why is he not in jail still? Why do they keep letting him out? It's not like he did something in Hawaii and then he went to Texas, for example. He's still in fucking Hawaii. He already did 3 shitty things there. He keeps causing havoc. Holy shit.
Someone said, you guys are aware that Ezra choking this situation, that the girl he choked came and said it was okay, and she asked him to do it and thought it was hot. Doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
No, that's fake. From all the reports I've seen of any credible source, I never found that to be true. I found some people on Twitter using that as an excuse for us not to jump on Ezra, but any credible source that I've seen, that wasn't true. And even if she said it was okay after the fact, you don't do that. You don't do that. So and even taking in context the recent Will Smith situation, this man gave a slap to Chris Rock, and he's banned for 10 years, and every single movie he was supposedly involved with drops him, and what Ezra is doing warrants no response whatsoever, at least up until this point. It just makes no sense when you look at this in context, when you have Warner Brothers as the company in question. I just cannot make sense of this situation. So yeah. Zach, any final thoughts?
I just want to know what Warner Brothers is going to do. I think we find out within the next few weeks, though, because David's in charge now. I think.
For all I know, something else is going to happen this week before he goes to court. Like at this point, I don't think it's impossible.
That's true. So I just let's see what happens. You know.
Let's hope for the best. Let's hope nothing. I don't want to say nothing else comes out of the situation. I hope something else comes out of the situation, an address, a statement by WB, by Ezra's reps. I hope the situation gets acknowledged and something is done to fix it, or at least an attempt to fix it. At least an attempt.
They need the Flash in real life, man.
They need the Flash in real life to rewrite what happened in the past few weeks. So yeah, that's all our thoughts on the main topic. It's a tough situation. It's not an easy thing to talk about. It's not an easy thing to fix, and it's on them to fix it. And again, have to acknowledge, in all fairness, they don't have any good options left. So here's hoping for the best for Ezra, for Warner Brothers, for the Flash. All right, on to happier pastures, ladies and gentlemen. Let's.
I have a ton of questions from people.
I have two, actually. I'm surprised I have. Let's start with Gico EP. Hang on. Do I have this by order? Okay, because Gico EP says also, so I'm going to take the also out. But it is the first question, so I don't know where the also is coming from. What do you think about the whole thing about visual effects not being an element of cinematography? It's folly. It's completely wrong. It's the cinematographer's job to work with the VFX artist to let them know how he wants everything to look, and the director as well. I live with a VFX artist. I'm one call away from a cinematographer. I can call both in, and they both will have the discussion. For me, I think it's stupid assessments to make. This was all said when Love and Thunder trailer came out. Yeah, and the guy got roasted because VFX is cinematography. Anything that has to do with the visuals of the film, no matter how you bring them to life, no matter how you accomplish it, that is cinematography.
Well, that's what I understand. Animation also has cinematographers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And I literally, like, I see people on Twitter argue it, and I'm like, I don't think you know filmmaking then. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. Like, you should learn yourself, but I see, like, people who are ignorant to learn that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Do you want to do the next one that you have?
No. One at a time. One you, one me. So
Eric Thorpe reviews Dune or the Batman?
Right now? Fuck. Okay, right now, before we have part 2, I'm going the Batman. Ask me again after we see part 2.
That's exactly where I feel. The Batman. Definitely. So, there you go.
All right.
Your turn.
Lady Erin, what are some of the catchiest TV theme songs of all time, in your opinion? If shows that you were a young kid. Okay, what are some of the catchiest theme songs of all time, in your opinion? TV theme songs. How I Met Your Mother is up there. How I Met Your Mother is up there. The Friends song is pretty catchy, and that's all I got. Nothing else. I mean, Batman the Animated TV Series, Spider-Man the Animated TV Series, Gargoyles is fucking dope. That's it. Zach.
For me, I really like The Office's beat. Like it's just
Of
like,
course.
yeah. I really like that. That one, and then there's a show with Zachary Levi called Chuck, and it's not like a theme. It's like, but I really like the band Cake that did it, so it's fun in that case.
Yeah. All right. Your turn.
All right. So next one we got is Nathan Holton asks, "Will you be watching Under the Banner of Heaven?" This is that new Andrew Garfield show coming to Hulu.
He loves to be under things.
Yeah. Are you excited for the show? Have you seen the trailer for it? It looks really good.
No, even before you said that it was the Andrew Garfield thing, I was like, I know this name. I'm not sure what it is, but it is the Andrew Garfield thing. I'll be checking it out. I'm not sure if I'm ready to say I'm committing to the show because I don't even know what it is about. I just know the name, and Andrew Garfield is there. I'll check it out. I'm open to that. What about you?
Me too. Me too. I'm really excited. This month is stacked for shows. Barry, Better Call Saul, Ozark, Under the Banner of Heaven. There's probably like 30 other shows I'm forgetting, but Outer Range, the one that you just mentioned, like it's just it's insane.
That just started now, and they're doing like two episodes per week. So it started last week with episode 1 and 2. Now we got 3 and 4. All right. Lady Erin, what are some of the saddest movie deaths that you've ever seen? Mufasa is up there. Kerchak in Tarzan is up there. The dog in John Wick.
God. Oh, did I ever tell you I took someone on a date to see that movie?
Oh no.
And I told them too. I was like, just so you know, this is going to happen. They did not listen to me whatsoever. They wanted to leave 10 minutes in. I said, I swear to God, they killed the person.
It gets better.
I swear to God, they get their revenge. Don't worry about it.
Yondu in the MCU was really fucking sad. Iron Man in the MCU was really fucking sad. And yeah, those are some of the few. Logan's death. Darth Vader.
The Prowler's
Prowler, nice pull. Stoic in How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right.
Iron Giant.
That's a good one.
Did you say Yondu?
I said Yondu. Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to make sure. Warner Brothers Studio. That was pretty sad.
Oh, you said Logan, but also Professor X in Logan.
Oh, yeah. That's all I got. Right now. So, what's the dude's name from the Suicide Squad that died? Oh, Milton. That was pretty depressing.
Milton. Yeah.
Who's Milton?
Who's Milton?
That is like my favorite line delivery. That it's so stupid, and then just the way that David comes back as Polka Dot Man, and everything that he's done, it is so fucking funny, man. That
was a guy named Milton here with us. You telling me there's a guy named Milton here? All right, Joe Fletcher. Question of the week on Twitter: why did Anakin turn to the dark side? Was it Mace Windu, the Jedi Council, or it was a mix of the Jedi hubris, their arrogance, their dominance, their shutting down of anyone's feelings, and Palpatine slowly but surely molding him to the feelings he wanted to crave into. It was not a one thing. It was a building of things. It's frustration with the Jedi Council and Palpatine taking advantage of that to give him a respite, to give him a light at the end of the tunnel, or at least as he saw it at that time.
Yep.
All right. What do you got?
All right. For me, I got Joe Fletcher. What is a scene you guys really like in a movie that you hate? As much as I hate The Rise of Skywalker, the Han Solo scene is great and the Jedi voices were cool, but it could have been so much better.
What do you think?
I don't know, because I'm trying to think of a movie that I genuinely didn't like lately. Like Morbius, there wasn't a scene that I really liked in that. Like I think there's things I liked, but not greatly. I like. Do you have any off the top of your head?
What's the question again? Because I forgot.
What's the scene that you really like in a movie, but you hate the movie?
Oh, okay. That's good. Oh, well, I don't hate the movie, so I'm not gonna go with that. Um, um, oh, okay. I hate this movie. The scene in The Lost Daughter when Olivia Colman gives Dakota Johnson the doll, and what happens next, what Dakota Johnson does next. That's a really great scene.
Oh, I didn't even see that scene. I didn't finish it, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
you didn't miss much. So you tried to watch it but couldn't finish it.
I didn't. I first 30 minutes in, I was like, this
Oh
isn't
wow.
for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sure if I gave it the time of day, I'd probably just think it's fine. But I'm at the point of my time now where it's like, if it's a movie if I'm not reviewing it and it doesn't hook me in the first 30 minutes, I'm not fucking watching it. I don't have the time for that anymore. So
yeah, I get it.
I almost didn't finish driving my car because of that. I couldn't get into that movie.
I haven't started How to Drive My Car.
I'm really curious to see if you like it. I think you would like it. I don't think you'll love it though.
Lady Aaron. Okay, Master of Gaming. You ask a question about Doctor Strange 2 box office, and you ask about the Disney controversy. I don't know what the Disney controversy is, so I can't answer that.
It's in Florida, but I'm not.
Oh, the Don't Say Gay bill.
Well, there's more to it now. It's not just that.
Okay,
there's a lot more. I don't know. I don't know.
If it's that, I don't think it will be affected. Lady Aaron, Ren, since I know you're a score junkie, what would you say are your top 3 movie scores of the year so far? The Batman, The Northman, and what's my number 3? Zach, do you have any? Oh, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. James Newton Howard went hard on that one.
What was the question? I was
top 3 scores of the year.
Chat. Top 3 scores of the year. The Batman is my number 1. I listen to that shit fucking 24/7. Number 2, The Northman. The Northman is fucking incredible. I mean, honestly, it's Everything Everywhere. I mean, I was gonna say Howard's score for Fantastic Beasts, but I don't really remember it. I genuinely don't remember too much. But Everything Everywhere, it's not like
I haven't seen it.
It's not the strongest score of the year, but those are my 3 favorite films of the year. So,
all right. Your turn.
All right. So, next thing we have is what makes more money this week from Joe Fletcher? Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent or The Northman? Right now, The Northman is winning.
Oh, it is.
Barely.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I think in the end of the day, though, it's going to be Unbearable Weight that wins.
You say? I'm gonna go with that because I'm surprised. Like I hope The Northman does phenomenally well, but I would think Unbearable Weight is more appealing, not only because of the genre, the stars that it has. Everyone knows who is Nicolas Cage and all that, so I think it's just more appealing.
My grandma even went and saw fucking Unbearable Weight.
Nice.
So like she loves Nicolas Cage.
Nice.
She liked it. She didn't love it, but she liked it. I want The Northman to make like $500 million, but that's not going to happen. And I'll give credit where credit is due. I usually think Focus Features fucking sucks at marketing. They have been marketing the fuck out of this movie. They have been pushing this thing like crazy.
But for general
to a certain extent,
that's good.
But it's funny because a lot of my friends who are in the general audience, I was wearing a Northman shirt yesterday, and we went to the mall. A lot of people asked me if I had seen that movie. They're like, "Oh, I want to see that. Like, it looks cool." And I will say this, like, I think it's super accessible depending on what you're going into getting. It's very historically accurate. I mean, this is how they would act. This is how like they would be. And I don't think it's that weird. I really don't think it's that weird. Like people like 300. 300's fucking weird. 300's very fucking weird. So do you have another one or is it my turn again? I have a ton, so
I have a ton too. No, but you did what makes more money. So now it's my turn. Lady Aaron, are you guys sad? Oh, I forgot about this. That Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and 2 got delayed. Part 1 to 2023 and Part 2 to 2024. Yeah, very sad.
Why is no one talking about the biggest news though? Madam Web is getting released in July. Not excited at all. I said I'm not excited.
Just had to do it.
Fuck that
I know.
movie.
I had to do it. But yeah, fuck that movie. I'm really sad about Spider-Verse.
That was going to be a Spider-Man. I thought that was going to be a Spider, because they've always had that release date. I swore that was going to be the next Spider-Man or Spider-Woman movie. Not a fucking Madam Web film. Yeah. So stupid. But I'm with you. I am very sad that it got delayed. All it makes me happy, though, is I actually think they have more faith. I think they're pushing it to the summer for a good reason. That's the only way I think about it.
I know, but
maybe Morbius sucked that bad they wanted to push everything away from it.
Release it in March. March is the month to release. Instead of October 7th, March 7th. I know that's a Monday or something next year, which sucks, but release it on Monday. I don't care.
Or March 25th. No.
Fuck March 25th.
Fuck you. Fuck you. We're both March babies.
I know. But you already got something next year. I don't remember what it is, but I haven't.
I had Doctor Strange. I had Doctor Strange, and then it got fucking delayed.
This week.
Let me look it up. I'll look up.
I think you have something next year already.
I'm looking it up
what
right
it
now.
is.
Let's see. I'm gonna look.
I don't think it's like on the exact day, but I think it's like on the weekend of your birthday.
Let's see, because I think my birthday next week's on a Saturday.
Sunday. A Saturday.
Sunday?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let me see.
Mine was a Sunday. Yours was a Saturday this year.
March 2023 movie releases. I'll look.
Oh,
I got John Wick.
See, of all fucking movies, you got John Wick.
Aquaman's the week before, and then your week is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh, okay, fine, whatever.
I think that's gonna be.
Zach?
I think that's gonna
Can
be cool.
trade?
I think that movie's gonna be. We can trade, man. We can trade it. Ooh, do you know what comes out the week after that though? After mine.
What?
A Quiet Place Untitled spinoff.
Ooh, nice. Still more excited for John Wick than that.
Yeah.
Until I see a trailer.
Dude, damn. Right. 2023. Holy shit. Dude, in January.
And at this. Oh, that's right.
Kraven the Hunter. And then in February, it's M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Captain Marvel 2.
It's going to be a one take, Shyamalan's new movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Oh shit. And I'm excited that Dave Bautista's in that. So I
forgot that. I forgot he was going to be in that.
I'm really excited. I love M. Night
obviously
Shyamalan.
there are going to be hidden cuts. I just mean that at least at least it's going to be a simulated one shot. But yeah, all right. Joe Fletcher, thoughts on Hawkeye not getting a season 2? I know we'll see them again, but when do you think we see Clint, Kate, Bishop, and Yelena next? I said Kate and Bishop as if they were different people. Kate Bishop and Yelena next.
Good question.
I'm surprised. I think the show set itself up for a season 2. When do I think we see them next? Secret Invasion. That's when we see them next.
I've heard.
Are you surprised or
I don't know if I should know this.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. Don't answer the second part though. Just answer the first one, and then tell me in the private chat.
I don't think Secret Invasion.
Oh, okay.
But I have heard something that they've been making behind the scenes.
Okay, but are you surprised they're not getting?
I sent you what I've heard.
Okay,
that's the thing that they're doing right now next. Not Yelena though. The other two, Kate Bishop and.
But are you surprised they're not doing season 2?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm more surprised that Moon Knight's not getting a season 2 because the way that I view it though is that you could do it as this is Moon Knight, this is its limited series, and then you do another Moon Knight limited series called Moon Knight, the Temple of Doom. I don't fucking know, but something like that, you know.
They could be good. I mean, right now, as Kevin Feige himself said that.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't. It's only because we're going off the Emmy stuff.
He says it.
Hawkeye could get a second season, but that second season might not be called Hawkeye. It might be called Kate Bishop. Or Kate Bishop and Yelena. I mean that
might be called that thing you just sent me on the.
Yeah, it might be that. But you know what else it could be? Remember how Scarlett Johansson is going to be producing a Marvel movie? Like that was announced after the whole lawsuit and stuff.
I think it's a Marvel. Was it a Marvel movie or was it just a Marvel?
She's doing a Disney film, but she's also doing a Marvel project. I wouldn't be surprised if that Marvel project is Black Widow 2, with Yelena and Kate Bishop as the two leads.
Don't
You'll see
call
it.
it Black Widow 2.
No, I don't think they call it. I don't think they call it
Black
Black Widow 2. But you know what I mean.
Okay.
It'll be a
that's
semi.
You saw how I reacted to the thing you sent me in the chat. That was my reaction, but I'll still watch it, of course.
Same. I hope it's good. I hate the comics on it, but I hope it's good. You'll be proud of me.
I've read
3 comics this week. You'll be proud of me. I've read 3 comics this week.
Nice.
I read the Scarlet Witch, the complete collection. Very underrated. I was actually kind of surprised by that. That was a really cool comic series. Avengers Disassembled, I read.
Nice.
House of M. I'm almost done with House of M. I'm not that impressed with it, to be honest with you. I think it's cool, but I like the other 2 more.
Okay, all right.
So
after House of M, X-Men Schism, and I'll send you in the private chat so you know how it's spelled.
Okay. I'm reading because today I ordered your Thor comic comes in today.
Yes!
And I ordered all the Mighty Thor runs just because I wanna read it because I don't know anything about her. So
the big story that follows House of M is X-Men Schism, and then after X-Men Schism, you want to go to Avengers versus X-Men.
Ooh, I like the cover for this.
The Cyclops versus Wolverine one.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
It's a great story.
And then you said Avengers
versus X-Men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are comics so fucking expensive? Seriously?
I know.
I just looked it up. $70. $70.
$70?
$70 in the US.
It's gotta be a big collection then. But yeah, what's the next question?
Next question is, Lady Aaron, what are some video games that you are excited for in 2022? Xenoblade Chronicles, Splatoon 3, and the new Pokemon are my favorites.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet definitely up there, but the number 1 is God of War Ragnarok. There's nothing else matters.
I'm worried that's not coming out this year. I'm gonna be honest. I'm worried that
the devs confirmed just this week. I just saw like yesterday or 2 days ago.
I'm happy they did.
They're like, we assure you it's coming out this year.
Okay.
Because
I assume that's their. They did Horizon earlier this year, and they're doing. I would assume God of War is their second. They always do 2. So, I mean, God of War is my most anticipated for the entire year. I love the last one, so I'm really excited to see what they do. Hogwarts Legacy is starting to really impress me, so I'm very excited to see that. I've heard rumors that there is a new BioShock coming out this year, so I hope that's true. They've been working on one in development for like the last 5 years, so that's something. I've heard a new Injustice might be announced for later this year, because there's this thing called NVIDIA, and it leaked out a bunch of video game titles. Half of them have been confirmed at this point, which typically during these leaks, they're not true. But the fact that half of those games have been announced and none of them have been not real, I think we're getting all of them. And Injustice 3 was one of them. BioShock was another one of them. So I'm excited to see what we have. I like when games just get announced and then it's like, hey, it's coming out this year. That's my biggest thing. I'm so excited for Kingdom Hearts 4, but why did you announce something that I'm probably not going to be able to see for like another 5 years? I will have by this point in time, I will probably have a child, be married, and be on my own. Like no, hopefully not. Okay. hopefully house the typical shit. But that's what I was thinking. I was like, I thought about it. I was like, because when the last Kingdom Hearts was announced, I was still in high school. Mm-hmm. And when it came out, I graduated college almost. That's fucking crazy to me. That's insane. So,
all right. Whoa, hang on. Okay, I lost my tab for a second. It's my turn, right? Because you asked the video. Okay. Lady Aaron, what are your thoughts on the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer? I posted about it, my quick thoughts at least, because I didn't do a trailer reaction, because trailer reactions don't do well for me. I liked it. It's a really good teaser. It looks beautiful. Everything is like out of this world. We're not going to be stuck on Earth. We're going to find Mount Olympus, and it gives us very little of the story. Plus, it helps that you got Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Child of Mine" playing on the trailer. I'm always going to be a sucker for a good headbang.
Fuck that! Fuck that song. You gave me a copyright claim, but it was a great song too.
And yeah, it just looks an amazing time, and actually has some some profundity. Is that a word? It's gonna be a word now. There's actually some profound things to it. I really like it.
Argue, I was arguing with some coworkers about like the direction of Phase 4. They don't like that it's not interconnected and a lot of it's so sporadic. And I said, you gotta imagine they're rebuilding this universe. They're adding new things. It's still connected, but like I would rather have. I love when they have. This is Shang-Chi's story. It's connected, but we're introduced to him. This is the eternal story.
Look at Phase 1. They were connected.
That's the way that I say it as. And this one, they were like, well, what's the point of it? I said, the point of it is this is his epilogue. This is his aftermath.
Well, whenever they ask them, okay, what's the point of The Godfather?
Yeah.
What's the point of The Power of the Dog? Which I didn't like, but even so, what's the point of Power? Like, just because it's not connected to something else, there's no point?
But that's my thing. Like, I'm excited because here's the thing. If Thor was not a huge character and obviously wasn't making a ton of money, but everyone loved Thor, they would have done a Disney Plus show with him on his next adventure, whatever it should be. Just like they did with Hawkeye. They continued his story while also giving us Kate Bishop. And I like this. I'm excited to see what Hulk does and She-Hulk and see, like, where is he at after Endgame? We saw him obviously at the end of Shang-Chi, but, like, I think Endgame, and I love this. I love seeing how our heroes deal with shit. I think that's so cool. Like, Infinity War.
That's what's made the MCU. That's what gave the MCU longevity. And
one of my favorite things. Yeah, one of my favorite things about Endgame was the first hour. Was them dealing with the aftermath of the snap.
Hours.
Yeah. And it's so clever to see, like, Black Widow's doing this. It's fascinating to me. And I love seeing what they're doing. Plus, man, Natalie Portman's got those fucking guns, man. Holy
those
shit.
biceps, baby. Look at that.
Holy shit. I love it. Dude,
hot.
She looks good. She looks good. I told myself, Ren, I would never buy a Thor hot toy. I will buy the new Thor hot toy, Lady Thor hot toy, Valkyrie, and Gore the God Butcher.
Alrighty.
I'm excited.
Your turn, my friend.
Nathan Holt, what is happening with Aladdin 2, Hercules, and Lion King 2? All of these live-action Disney movies have gone silent. Let me say this. Lion King is filming right now. I will tell you that right now. Lion King is filming right now. The other two, Aladdin 2 will probably never happen. Just the honest truth. Hercules, the last that I understood from this was the Russo brothers said that they are still working on the script.
Mm-hmm. I will say Lion King and Aladdin, in terms of where they are production-wise, we're at that point in time that you don't want to hear any news on it. No news in this case for these two movies. That's good news. The Russos on Hercules, it's... I won't say worrying or concerning, but it's odd that it's taking that long without hearing news because they're just producers. Like, let us hear a casting choice, a director. Not even that this person will direct it. Like, in talks. Like, who's Disney interested in? Who are they looking at? What are the content? Just little small stuff like that. But Lion King and Aladdin, I will say that they're... I mean, I forgot this, but Jico EP brings up Will Smith. Like, Aladdin 2 might be in trouble. Okay, let me say that. Good shout, Jico EP.
But yeah, Lion King is filming. Barry announced that.
But Lion King is in that you don't want to hear any news right now on the Lion King 2. They're filming. They're doing it. They got the lead actors already cast, so that's all.
I'm so curious to see what Barry does with that. I did not. I know you liked it, dude. I know you liked the remake.
Really
I hated it. I hated it. So
it's the Lion King. There's nothing.
It is. I mean, it is, but I would rather just watch the animated movie.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But what did I want to say? When Lion King 2 comes out, if people like it, Barry Jenkins is doing an MCU movie. I don't know which one.
Dude, I wanted him to do Blade. I wanted him to do Blade so bad.
I know, me too. I'm not a big fan of the one film I've seen from the Blade director.
But
it's awful.
Kevin Feige we trust. And Kevin Feige we trust.
Amen to that. All right. Lady Aaron, in honor of the new Nicolas Cage film, Nicolas doesn't have an age, by the way, coming out this week, What are your top 3 favorite Nicolas Cage movies? Yeah. Top 3. Oof. Off the top of my head. Let me check. I need to check.
I have mine, so I'll go first.
Go.
Kick-Ass is my number 1. I fucking love him in the
That's
role
a
of
good
Big
one.
Daddy. That is like one of my favorites. Number 2 is Raising Arizona, one of the first Coen Brothers film I've ever seen, and he was in that and absolutely blew me away. A lot of people are gonna hate this one. A lot of people are probably gonna be like, Zach, why didn't you pick Face Off or Con Air or any of that? I fucking love the National Treasure movie. I love that movie, and
movies are fantastic.
and he is so entertaining in that role.
I love it.
You know what else he's good in? And a lot of people hate this movie, Sorcerer's Apprentice. Fucking underrated. I
I love
that movie
it.
for what it is.
I
It's
love
so
it.
fun.
You're a man
It's
of
so
taste,
fun.
Zachariah.
So
You're a
fun.
man of
I
taste.
own that on Blu-ray, man.
Look, his best performance is Pig, bar none,
Oh,
if you ask me.
Fuck. Damn
That's
it, wait,
his best
no.
performance.
I
Best
didn't think
movie? I fucking adore Con Air, man. I fucking adore Con Air. Con Air is great.
What was your favorite Easter egg in Unbearable Weight, by the way? You don't have to go into context, but like which movie were you happy they referenced? I was really happy they referenced Mandy. I didn't think they were going to touch on his indie stuff.
Yeah. Mandy was really good. I'm sad they didn't reference Pig.
I think they were. Do you think they were already done with the film by then, though?
Maybe that could be it. I'm not saying they didn't have a reason. I'm just saying I wanted to reference.
I was looking up the other cameos that were supposed to be in the film before COVID. Did you look at that list?
No,
dude? It was supposed to be Tarantino, Angelina Jolie, and a couple other big ones. Yeah, here, let me go see if I can pull up the list again. It's really.
Go for it. I fucking love Con Air, so I'm going with that. I just watched The Rock on the big screen, so maybe recency bias, but I need to go with that.
The Rock is a great one.
Do I go with National Treasure as well?
I think
I'm going National Treasure as well, Zach.
Do you like the first one more or the second one?
I watched them recently, actually. I remember liking the second one more, but I think I like the first one more now.
Okay. Here's the list of cameos, by the way. Quentin Tarantino, Naomi Watts, Charlie Sheen, Jim Carrey, Angelina Jolie were all supposed to be originally in it.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But because of COVID, they had to switch where they were filming at, and none of their schedules made it.
By the way, I am, with no shame, an unabashed fan of the original, not the second one, the original Ghost Rider. So shout out to that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not my top 3 Nicolas Cage films, but I needed to shout that out. What do you got next, Zach?
Next one I got. I can't answer that one. I know the answer to that. So
okay,
I don't know.
Ask me.
Joe Fletcher, will Thor: Love and Thunder be the last we see Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, and Tessa Thompson in the MCU?
No.
I'll say that too. No. I don't know where, but I know for sure that's not the last time. That's definitely not the last time. Do you have more questions?
You're going to be very passionate about this one, so I want you to go first. Lady Aaron, what are your thoughts on Netflix cutting a lot of the animated shows because of the subscriber loss, including a Bones animated series cancel? Now, before you answer, and I want you to answer first, I have no idea what this Bones thing is. I had never heard of it until the news broke out this week that they did.
Oh my God, dude. Like, you tell me to read graphic novels. You need to read Bone. I don't know. Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't read Bone in like fucking 10 years. I read Bone. That was like the first big graphic novel I ever got into. I was reading comics, but that was the first one I followed from issue to issue. And it's fucking awesome. It's like, it has elements of like Lord of the Rings. And like, it's really cute. Like, it's literally about these 3 brothers who like get into this adventure. It's fascinating. It's so much fun, and I enjoy it. And fuck you, Netflix. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you. Because that series would have been awesome. And I'll be honest, I don't think they're cutting animation because of this. I think they just cut it in general. Like, they cut, they cancel, they do a lot of shit. Fucking Ozark. I found this out this last week that Ozark was supposed to be 5 fucking seasons, not a part 1 and a part 2. They were supposed to have 2 more seasons of 10 episodes, and for me, again, I'm tired of them doing this. They did it with Bloodline. They cut it up and stop canceling your good shit. Maybe Bone was going to turn out to be shit. I mean, maybe that's the truth. I am praising the Lord, Jesus Christ, Buddha, everyone. HBO, Disney, someone grab Bone. Bone is an awesome graphic novel series that you would get tons of shit for. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. I literally am I'm so mad about that. I've been waiting for a Bone series forever. I still have the graphic novels too, so
oh wow,
it's so good. It's so good.
All right, your turn. What do you got?
All right. All right, we kind of already talked about that. With the new Harry, this is from Max Schleider. With the new Fantastic Beasts just releasing, I wanted to ask you guys, who is your all-time favorite Harry Potter character? Mine is Hagrid.
Severus Snape, the one and only, the greatest character in the entire franchise.
Okay, so he's one of mine. Did you read the books?
No.
Okay.
Books are for nerds. I'm kidding. I read books, and clearly I have no problem in being a nerd.
Okay.
By the way, do you like the Nick Cage face in my background?
I do. I love it. I wanted you to wear it.
You want me to take his face off?
Why can I? Oh, okay. So my favorite character is Sirius Black. But
he's my number 2.
But he's more in the books than he is in the movies. So that's why in the movies, I did a long time ago, a long fucking time. I don't like reading.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And I'm not like the biggest. I don't remember every fucking detail. I remember like bare minimums. I just remember reading them. He was always my favorite. But Snape is my favorite in the movies. Alan Rickman, man. Rest in peace. Did you ever see Dogma, by the way? The Kevin Smith movie with him?
Of course. It's the best Kevin Smith movie.
It is. And you can't buy it. And you know you can't buy it on Blu-ray or DVD, and it's not streaming anywhere. I have the DVD. Thank fucking God. My dad has a statue of the Jesus going like this.
Oh my God, buddy Christ.
Yeah. Dude, he has it downstairs. And I've wanted to steal that thing for the longest time and put it in my background. It's my favorite thing he has.
Just do it.
I should, but he has this shelf full of like memorabilia from nostalgic movies. He has a giant Jaws Funko Pop set. He has a fucking Turbo Man, OG in the box.
Turbo Man,
yeah. Best
the other
Arnold
day,
movie besides Terminator.
I walked into a store. I don't remember which store it was now, but the other day I walked in and they had Turbo Man action figures.
Yeah, they did a cool. What is out here? You can buy them at Walmart, but they did like a Funko They got the rights to them.
Oh no, but it was like a figure like in the movie. It wasn't a Funko or anything.
No. Funko bought the rights for the figure and redistributed them.
I don't remember because it wasn't Forbidden Planet. But that's the only like collectible style.
Was it Zabi? Do you guys have Zabis in person?
No, we don't. At least not here. Not that I know. So yeah, don't remember what it was. Just remember that I had seen it. Lady Erin. No, this question is for you, Zach. Master of Gaming. Zach, have you seen Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn? It's the best video game movie ever made. I haven't seen the Halo TV show, but I want to. I don't want to waste money on Paramount Plus for one show. Is that a movie? I never heard of that.
They made it in context for the new game at the time.
Okay, so it's not.
It's not good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fucking fine. And I love the first episode of Halo. I thought it was fucking great. The second episode did some good world building. Everything after that, I haven't watched the newest one. James, great friend of the channel, Real James, said it was fucking great. The other 2 episodes after that, though, sucked. I watched them and was not impressed. And baffles me that Spielberg signed off on these fucking scripts sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I am still waiting for Paramount Plus to launch over here. So maybe in the summer I'll watch Halo.
Is that the only way you can watch Halo, by the way? Is through Paramount Plus
right now. Yeah, we don't have it playing anywhere here.
Okay, because I know Peacemaker plays somewhere else for you guys, so.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Your turn, because I asked. Yeah.
All right. You wouldn't be able to answer that question. Okay, this one. You didn't play Elden Ring, so I know you can't. Joe Fletcher, thoughts on Johnny Depp?
I sent you a meme of it.
You did. Thoughts on Johnny Depp officially stating that he will never return to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise? Are you sad we didn't get a 6th movie with him?
I'm not attached to this franchise. I'm not going to pretend that I'm sad about anything regarding Pirates of the Caribbean 6 not coming. But Zach, you're passionate about the franchise. You grew up with it.
The trilogy it's my favorite Disney ride. Jack Sparrow is one of my favorite movie characters. I'm currently looking for the hot toy of him. So, if you know anyone who's selling him for a good price, let me know. Been asking around. I have this money set aside to just buy one. I'm like, I just want someone selling him for a reasonable fucking amount that I can trust. Like, I'm not buying this shit off eBay from fucking China. I don't believe that it'll probably be fake or some shit. But I have always loved the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Before it was a movie, after it was a movie, I love the original trilogy. I love what Gore Verbinski did. I think he's one of the most underrated directors. A Cure for Wellness. All of you should see it. It's so very different. Not great, but
yeah, it's not great. I mean, I didn't think about it.
It's not great. I liked it though. I
thought it was all right.
It was one of my first early reviews, and my intro was me drinking a glass of water and being like, "Well, once you see this movie, it's weird."
Eric Thor saying no love for Pirates for me. I didn't grow up with it. I literally watched them for the first time ahead of the 5th one, the one with Javier Bardem.
Wow.
First one is quite good. The second one is bad. The third one is bad. The 4th one is awful. The second one is the best out of them all, apart from the first one. Like, the first one is still the best.
Man,
then I put number 5, and I don't like it.
It's funny. That's how I was for a while. And then I went back and rewatched them. I'm in the minority. I fucking love the third one. And they're so convoluted. They're so stupid. But they don't make big blockbusters like that anymore. Like, would never give. That's the most expensive movie ever made still.
I know.
That's still the most expensive movie ever made. So, like,
because they did them back to back, right?
No, they did do them back to back, but At World's End, just on its own, cost $385 million on production budget. Because they built the ships. Every ship was real. Like,
I will say this. Yeah. For what I remember, and I think this is kind of unpopular, but I think they're both bad movies overall. But I to me, the third one is better than the second one.
Oh, yeah. I think the third one's better than the second one. I enjoy the second one for what it is. I will always say this, though. The visual effects for that movie are so well ahead of their time. Davy Jones still very well incredible. The performances, I just very much... And people forget this. Johnny Depp was nominated for Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, for the first one.
Yes. And I have a replica Barbossa sword. My friend got me it for my birthday. I think he got it for my 18th. Nice. For his 18th, I bought him a Captain America replica shield, like one that they actually used in the movie. Because there was a store by us going out of business that had all of these old replica stuff from movies so maybe it was like for a fucking promo they used. I don't know when the fuck they used it, but at one point in time it was on set, and he got me a Barbossa sword, which was like the coolest thing. So
that's really cool. All right. Where are we? Isn't the 3rd anniversary of the release of Endgame coming up sometime next week? I don't know, maybe. And if so, will you watch the movie again in honor of its 3rd anniversary of its release? I don't know. If I have time on the weekend, maybe. But I'm not planning on it because I like to keep my options open. But maybe. It's been a while. I think I last watched it around Christmas time. So I probably should watch it again to celebrate the anniversary. Zach, will you watch Endgame? And when was the last time you watched Endgame?
I watched it in January, so probably not. But so I just watched it in January.
All right, what's next?
I'm trying to sort through the questions because there's a lot. G. Colby Porter, do you guys think they'll do the cancer aspect of the Mighty Thor storyline in Love and Thunder, or do you think they'll do a different way on how Jane gets Mjolnir?
Do you know the answer to this?
I do.
Okay, me too. So we can't answer. There is a definitive answer.
Wait, can you put it in the private chat? I want to see if we have the same answer. I'm just curious.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure we have the same. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we have the same answer.
Okay. But there is a definitive answer, one way or another, regarding that.
And and I'll be honest, it is out there. If you really want to find out, you can go look. You can go look.
I mean, there is. I found out because I was in a chat and someone talked about a leak they saw. So I didn't find it. I wasn't told, but I just
there is a leak out there. And I'll say there's a toy that gives a definitive reasoning for it on the back. So I'll just say that.
I don't want to know. Oh, the Legends probably.
It's not the Legends. It's a different one, like some Japan version. It's like I don't remember. It's like Japan's version of the Legends, like because they don't. I don't remember exactly what it's called. So,
all right.
I have another one. If you don't
go.
Geek Reporter, I really like this. How do you guys think they'll wrap up the last 2 episodes of Moon Knight? Will they introduce Jake Lockley in episode 5? I'm a little nervous on how they will wrap it up. You and me are very excited for this.
I am 99.9% sure that next week is Jake Lockley. They showed us the sarcophagus. Look, obviously, 2 episodes is enough to fuck something up. But everything they've done in these 4 episodes, I have nothing but trust in them. This could very well be the best show they've done. This could very well.
So I want to ask you,
like I was looking,
this the best Disney Plus show?
Not ready to say that yet.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite right
Loki.
now?
Loki.
Besides Loki, is it Loki and Moon Knight right now? Like if you were to just go
Loki,
off
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, right now, as we stand in episode 4, I don't want to say I would put it because at episode 4 it doesn't have a definitive ending. But right now, if episode 5 and 6 keep knocking it out of the park, Captain America: Winter Soldier is my number 5 MCU thing. I might put Moon Knight ahead of it.
Okay, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. Moon Knight, if it knocks it out, because my biggest issue with all these Disney Plus shows, every single one has always been the last episode. Besides Loki, I didn't have an issue with Loki's last episode.
Okay.
Every episode, I always feel like it's either rushed or something.
But even if you look, to me, Loki is the best show they've done. Even Loki, that I absolutely love. I gave it an A. It's my number 7 overall MCU thing, only behind Spider-Man: No Way Home, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Civil War, The First Avengers, and Endgame. Moon Knight right now, like even Loki that I love, episode 3 of Loki was just okay.
Yep.
It wasn't bad,
but it was just okay. It had one okay
episode. Moon Knight right now has 2 really good episodes and 2 fabulous episodes. So I can tell you the pacing that they've delivered on this show, the way they delivered story, the way every episode reframes something that you thought you knew, and perhaps more importantly, reframes something that the characters thought they knew. It's fabulous how they're telling this story. And right now, I'm not worried. But maybe I'll watch episode 5 and I'm like, this is great. But now I'm worried. Like Hawkeye, Zach, episode 3 came in and I'm like, I'm worried that they only have 3 episodes left to wrap everything up. Moon Knight, I don't. Like, they've not added a sudden shift on the story that feels sudden or disconnected from everything else. Everything just blends in very well. They're telling this one cohesive story. So I'm very, very, very excited for what's to come. And absolutely, Jake Lockley is being introduced in episode 5.
They have to. It's set up. I want to ask you, does he get the mustache? Did they put a mustache on him? I think if they're in that,
I think by the end of the show, as we see where this character goes next, like sometime later, and he's in London, not working at the museum anymore, but he's now Mr. Knight. Is taking over crime in the city, and Jake Lockley is, like in the comics, the years on the ground cab driver kind of thing. Maybe then we see him with a mustache.
I want to ask you, and this is
a mustache.
Do you think we get a cameo from any other MCU heroes? End credit scene, whatever, towards the last episode.
I can see Blade, but that's it.
Okay. So that's where I'm at. I think Blade.
Okay.
And I would fucking scream. I want to see Mahershala Ali, man, so bad show up here. I know a lot of people are saying.
What if they just do the voice like in Eternal?
I'd be fucking pissed at that. But I've heard some people say Hulk because Mark Ruffalo was in Budapest. But I think he was filming something else at the time.
Yeah, I don't see the Hulk.
I don't see how. Or why.
Or if not Blade, I could even see Dane Whitman. Because, hey, you work at the British Museum. I work at the National History Museum. We're both fans of ancient things and teaching and such.
That would be a fun thing for just them to bump into each other and then just become friends.
They're
That'd
not
be cool to know.
They're not close to one another, by the way, those two museums.
They're not.
So it wouldn't be a thing that they run into each other on their way to work.
But maybe he gets a new job.
But maybe getting a new job, maybe the museum changes it or something. I'm sure they can make it work. Okay,
they're
not
close.
sure.
They're close enough, though.
I mean, you can get there in you need half an hour to get to anywhere in London from anywhere. So half an hour, you'll be at one location or another. I'm not sure what this question is, but I want to address it. Jorge asks, why do you think Robert Pattinson will show up in the next DC live-action event? I'm not sure what you mean by DC live-action event, but also I don't think he will show up in any of those. I don't know why you thought we thought that, but I just think the next time we see him is the Batman 2, Electric Boogaloo. Zach, what about you?
What was the actor?
Do you know what he's asking?
What was the? I don't even know what the fuck it was.
Why do you think Robert Pattinson will show up in the new DC live-action event?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, and I don't think he will. Your turn.
God, there's so fucking many. I'm gonna start doing a cutoff because you guys keep putting some in, and then I can't I refresh, and there's too many. Did you guys hear that each episode of the new Stranger Things reportedly cost $30 million to make each episode? What do you think about this?
Isn't it rather standard that it costs $30 million? I mean,
Lord of the Rings Ring of Power costs 50 per episode. I mean,
the Lord of the Rings is the exception, not the rule. I will say though, given that each episode of that costs $30 million, no surprise they have to cancel other shit. They're in depth and they're spending $30 million per episode. That's 8 times $30 million. So do the math. So yeah, it's not smart spending.
That's not
smart.
That's like literally. Some people just need $1 million to make a fucking movie. Think about that. Like I think Pig was made for like $2 million.
Overall, to make this one season, Zach, they spent
$230.
5 times. No, not 5 times. 2.1. Hang on, I'm bad at math. Give me a second. To do this one season, Zach, they spent 90 million plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30. So around 2.5 more of a budget than 2.5 times the budget that Robert Eggers spent in The Northman. Think about that. Think about that.
Yeah. What do you think it is? Is it the cast is like paid?
It can't be the cast. It can't be the Okay, let's.
I better watch this season though, and be fucking blown away.
Yeah. Look, what has Millie Bobby Brown done? She did Enola Holmes, another Netflix thing. Finn Wolfhard, if anything, he's the bigger star because he's done more shit. Other than that, who else is there? Robert Englund is not the most expensive actor in the world, so it can't be that.
Stranger Things cast. Hey, if you want to take another question, do it. I'm gonna look up that pay though.
Jacob P, do you think people who are worried about the runtime of Doctor Strange 2 and Bruce Campbell saying Marvel made Sam Raimi take some scenes and reshoot some scenes are overreacting? Yes, just like they always overreact. Since
he knew it,
and it's always the same people. And it's always the same people. They never learn their lesson. Like, actually, look, we talked about last week. We all want a longer Doctor Strange movie. We all want to spend more time with these characters and all this, nutty multiverse kind of thing. The fact that it's only 2 hours, it actually gives me confidence in the sense that it won't just be, hey, here's a cameo. Hey, here's another cameo. Hey, here's a third cameo. Like, everything that they put in there is cohesive and serves the story. That's right. Millie Bobby Brown was in Godzilla vs. Kong, and she did nothing for the plot. But yeah, I think, yes, some people are overreacting. Now watch me see the movie and think, well, this was shit. I hope not. God, I'm so excited for it. But yeah, I think they're overreacting. And like you said, they took some scenes out. They reshot some other scenes to put it in the movie because it's a cinematic universe. You need stuff to make sense in the overall picture. And I will also say this. Yeah. I will also say this. Let me just say this, Zach. This has never been done before. So this is not normal. Yes, but it's a change. Cinema is a very young form of art. It's barely 100 years old. So we're just in the infancy of it as an art form, as a storytelling medium. And so it keeps evolving. And I think the cinematic universe that so far Kevin Feige has created, and the way he keeps reshaping it and to have it all make sense, it has paid off for years and years at this point. So at least until we see this movie, I'm not worried. Zach?
It could also be Kevin Feige saw something that Sam Raimi did, and they're like, let's do more of that. That is a really cool idea. Let's do that. I mean, that's the thing. Sam Raimi knew what he was getting into signing into this movie. He knew what the process was going to be. But for him, it was working on a character that he's always loved. From my understanding, I think he even likes Doctor Strange more than Spider-Man. I mean, from my understanding, I think he does. So I'm dying to see this fucking movie. I cannot wait to see this movie. So I'll leave it at that. But very exciting. Also, I found the pay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
For Harbor and Winona Ryder, $350,000 per episode.
Okay, 1,000. Okay.
Millie Bobby Brown, same amount.
Okay.
Finn Wolfhard, right. $250,000. For the entire rest of the cast, it's that same amount, and then Sadie Sink gets $150,000.
Oh wow! So see, it's definitely not the cast then.
No, it's visual effects.
Definitely not the cast.
Do you think maybe it was COVID stuff since they filmed during COVID and they had to stop and then come back?
Could be. I mean, it could be visual effects, but would it get that high if it was visual effects? Give us another question, and I'm going to ask my VFX housemate.
Okay. I'm just curious. I think it's COVID stuff with it. Because House of Dragons, each episode only costs.
Should I ask him through text or ask him to come here?
It's up to you. I don't care.
Okay.
Is he camera shy? I don't know if he's camera shy.
No, you wouldn't be on camera. You'd just be like this at the door, and I'll be chatting to him.
Who's the next thing? Who? This is from G. Colby Porter. Who is a director you would want to see direct a comic book movie, whether Marvel or DC? But it probably will never happen.
Robert Eggers.
That'd be cool. Did you see his interview? He got asked, "Would you ever make a modern day film?" He goes, "No, never."
A modern day, okay. I mean, Eternals 2. Go back to the past.
Yeah, that'd be cool. For me, Martin Scorsese.
Just asking for trouble, aren't you?
But it's weird. I will say this. Wouldn't be shook if he did a DC kind of Joker type film. Wouldn't be surprised.
It's not impossible. I mean,
no.
I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be surprised, though.
Yeah.
All right. We answered the Jake Lockley episode 5 question. Ren Zach from Lady Aaron. Should I watch Sonic 2 first before watching the first Sonic movie? Or should the first Sonic movie come first before Sonic? Well, one of them has 2 in the title, so you definitely should watch the other one first. That's what I say. Simple as that. How about you, Zach?
You don't have to see the new one or the old one to see the new one, but you probably should.
I think you should. I mean,
My girlfriend didn't. She didn't bother her.
I'm not saying you need to, but it's better for context of the characters to better judge what they are, where they came from, blah, all of that. Okay, it's your turn.
If you had to come up with a script for a Batman version of No Way Home, which 3 live-action Batman actors would you choose, and what would be the premise for them coming together? This is from Eric Thorpe Reviews. I would go with the last 3 movies actors to play in Bale, Affleck, and Pattinson. Also, which villains would you choose from their universe is not real, so you can even pick Ledger's Joker.
I just don't think the No Way Home premise works with Batman, but I'm going to go Pattinson, Bale, and, surprise, Conroy.
Good pick. Would you make him cartoon?
No. He's just an old seasoned Batman.
Okay.
Villains. Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Let's bring in the Riddler. That. I know works in live action, but just do the 3 Jokers, like they did in the comics recently.
Yeah. That'd be cool. You ready? I have one.
Yeah. Go.
Adam West, George Clooney, Val Kilmer. And I want Joel Schumacher to direct it. And I want Mr. Freeze. Half
of those people are dead already.
I know. But it's a fake universe. Don't fucking matter.
I know. But it's just funny.
I want.
Out of 5 people, 3 of them are dead.
I want Jim Carrey's, not Jim Carrey. I want Arnold's Mr. Freeze. I want Jack Nicholson, but as how he looks right now as the Joker. No workout, no nothing. Just comes back, puts makeup on, and Danny DeVito's Penguin. This would be the worst film ever made.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's something back in the day that DC would have done.
Oh yeah. I don't even want to say back in the day, man. I don't think anything's impossible. Let's not jinx it.
Dude, if that dude, I'd fucking lose my shit if in the Flash that happened. It's not gonna happen, but like if it did,
it's not. But yeah, not for lack of trying on DC's part. It definitely won't happen. Okay, we need to wrap this up.
I'll take Scott. 2 more from mine, and you take 2 more from you.
I only have 2 more as well.
So that's fine.
Did you hear about Zack Snyder's new film, Rebel Moon, that is in production and that's going to be like Star Wars? Yes, we did. Very excited for it. Can't wait to ask for a screener and for Netflix to tell me they don't have screeners until last minute. Zach?
I'm very excited, but I also can't wait for Netflix to tell me there's no screeners when I see other people have already been posting about it. And then what I'm going to end up doing, just like I did with Army of the Dead, is going to pay to see it in a theaters because that's what I'm going to do. Because
I'm just going to insist on the day before, and hopefully they'll say, "Hey, here it is. You can watch it and."
Do you guys not get Netflix movies in theaters?
Sometimes we do, like Army of the Dead we did, but it's always in specialty theaters.
Okay, so I was just curious.
Worlds, the Odeon,
so like out here,
it never goes to the chains.
Okay, so like out here, for instance, Army of the Dead. So the same week that people were getting press screeners of it, they put it in theaters. So I was just like, all right, if you want to not give me a fucking press screener, I will literally just go pay money to go see it early and do a review. Like, it didn't matter to me.
Your turn.
Tony Movie Chappie, what do you guys think of Bright 2 being canceled from Netflix because of the whole Will Smith situation? Not true. Was not canceled because of Will Smith, but personally, I'm a bit disappointed by the news. I didn't love the first Bright movie. I was definitely very interested in a sequel, especially exploring the world more in Bright 2. I have thoughts on this.
It's canceled because it sucks.
Here's the thing. I didn't love the first Bright, but I love the premise. And I really think a sequel could have done better with a better director, a better writer, all that. The director they had on board was the guy who just did Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. So that sold me in general. Because that show was fucking great and Netflix canceled it.
But it was still written by Max Landis, right?
The second one wouldn't have been, no. The second one, I can't remember who was supposed to be writing this. Let me go look it up. I'll go look it up who was supposed to be writing, but it was not Max Landis. I know that for sure.
Okay. Thank
But yeah,
everything that's holy. Jesus.
who is this guy?
Yeah, I'm not sad. I'm not surprised.
The guy
that
who
it
wrote
was
Atom
canceled.
Project and The Maze Runner was supposed to be writing this.
Okay, that's cool.
And
That's cool.
yeah, so okay,
That's
yeah,
solid.
that's who was supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, I'm not.
They'll
surprised.
come back to the world though. They own the concept. They'll do a reboot.
They did an anime movie this past year that stars Simu Liu as the lead character. I didn't watch it. They offered me a screener without me asking for it. So yeah. Dominic Scott, did you? Okay. Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition or Avengers Endgame? Avengers Endgame.
Endgame.
Like
all day.
Doesn't even breathe the same air. Do you have a last question, or do we leave off with this one?
I have a lot of them. I still have a lot, but
Okay.
I'm trying to look for like the best one. One of them's about Ezra Miller. We already talked about that. I'll end on this. Nate Ackenberry says, just finished watching Lord of the Rings for the first time. Absolutely loved them. Did you watch the extended or the non-extended? I'm curious. What are your guys' general thoughts on the series, and how excited are you for Rings of Power?
On the series of movies, you ask?
Yeah.
I like the Lord of the Rings. I never felt a deep personal connection as much as so many other people do. They're incredible movies, though. I can never call them perfect because they have one of the worst protagonists in movie history ever in Frodo Baggins. As much as the Lord of the Rings are easily far superior to the Hobbit film series, the Hobbit film series has by far the better protagonist out of the two series. Except for Rings of Power, hell yes, brother. I'm a fantasy junkie. You guys who know me know that. And by the way, Nathan Ankenbauer, shout out again to you, sir, for the suggestions for the memberships that we will take care of tomorrow. Stay tuned for the community post on that. Very excited. I'm a fantasy junkie, man, so we're going to have that at the hands of Amazon. Plus, at the same time, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Couldn't be more excited. And it's completely different. It's not a remake of the story we saw. It's not it's not a meeting some of the same characters. It's not a prequel that takes immediate place right before or right after. It's just something far removed. So very excited for that. Zach?
I love the series. I rewatch it once a year and fall all in love with it over again. It's one of those things that when you put it in, for me at least, I respect it. Like phone off, all that stuff. I set aside that 3 hours for that first movie and then the second one. And I love it. I'm excited for Rings of Power, but I'm not sold yet. And I probably won't be sold till I actually see the show. What I'm very excited to see though is J.A. Bayona is directing the first 2 episodes who made A Monster's Calls.
Yep.
I know he did the last Jurassic Park, not a big fan of that, but I think a lot of that was the script issues. I think he did what he fucking could with that film. He did A Monster's Calls, and and The Impossible, Tom Holland's first movie, and it's fantastic. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm also really excited to hear the score again because it's going to be magical and all that stuff. So I'm very excited to see this show. But I'm not sold on it. House of Dragon, though, I'm more sold on that show. Yeah. Matt Smith, Olivia Cook, man.
Matt Smith, baby. Reese
he needs a win.
Is in that as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he needs a win.
Yeah. He definitely needs a fucking win.
So, yeah. All right, everyone. That is it for This Week in Geek, for this week's edition of This Week in Geek. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us. We had a packed show today. Thank you for engaging not only with us, but with each other on the chat. Tons of great questions. Again, shout out to Nate Ankenbauer for his question today, for his suggestion on the community tab for memberships. And I will update you on that tomorrow. Busy week. Got X-Men 2 review coming out. X-Men 3. We'll talk Moon Knight as we do every week. And Downton Abbey, a new era is coming out. I'm so excited for that. And more news.
Oh, it comes out for you. Okay.
Soon. Yeah, it comes out.
We don't get it till the end of May.
You don't get it until halfway through May. I'll actually have more news about that around the time you get the movie. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But I'll be watching that this week. I'm going to watch The Northman again, and I'll have something more for you guys this week. And next week we'll talk about whatever's popular and deserves.
I know we have an idea, depending if movie news drops or not.
Yes, we have an idea. Because what comes out next week again?
Nothing. Out here, it's that Liam Neeson memory movie. That's it.
Oh god, for fuck's sake. Okay. Yeah. All right. Zach, what do you got coming up? I want to get people find you.
So I don't have too much coming out this week. This is kind of my week to detox, relax, because the week after that it's Doctor Strange. Tons of videos that week, as well as pretty much the summer kicks off and we go into overdrive. 2 movies a week, pretty much, movie reviews, TV reviews, like all that shit. So definitely gonna be prepping for that. So this is kind of my prep week. I'm only doing 3 videos. Ozark. Season 4 part 2 review will go up Monday afternoon. I haven't filmed it yet. I'm sitting on it for a second. Next thing I have is Moon Knight episode 5 review, and then I'm going to be hopefully doing this top 10 most anticipated summer films. So these are going to be the top 10 films. I'm debating on not including Doctor Strange since it's so fucking close, but we'll see. But very excited to be doing those. And then probably I'm going to try and do a Sam Raimi ranking the week of Doctor Strange, but he has a lot more movies than I knew of. Yeah. And half of them you can't even fucking find without illegally watching. And I don't want to do that. So I don't know.
By the way, I'm also reviewing Netflix's Bubble, which comes out on Friday. It's an anime movie.
Oh, you said Bubble, so I was thinking of the...
No, not The Bubble. I
was like, I thought you were
confusing that they have Netflix has a movie called The Bubble, and now they will have Bubble. And one isn't much better than the other. I'll say that. And I like The Bubble enough. Let me just say that.
I've seen every Judd Apatow movie but that. So
tons of content, everyone, from both. Thank you so much again for watching us, and thank you for listening to us. If you're listening to us on Spotify, don't forget to rate us, and thank you to those who already did. We'll talk to you next week. Looking forward to that. So until then, love each other and love the movie.